Deep in the darkest coral reefs, one family rules the shadows, the Moray Eel. Over 200 species, some ribbon-thin, slipping through cracks. Others, a living nightmare. Meet the giant moray, "10 feet long, taller than your ceiling, weighing as much as a 10-year-old kid. But size isn't the real nightmare. Their ultimate weapon is hidden right here. Morays pack a second set of jaws buried deep in their throat. Prey gets too close? Snap. Those hidden jaws launch forward, lock on, and drag the victim alive straight to the stomach. Add an insane 900 psi bite force, stronger than a full-grown lion. Once they bite down, it's game over, teeth curved backward, a literal flesh trap. Scales. They don't need them. Morays are coated in thick, toxic slime, lets them glide through razor-sharp coral without a single scratch. So, how do you catch a bulletproof deep-sea monster? Just to put it on a dinner plate? No nets, no winches. On Japan's jagged reefs, hunting a giant sea eel isn't fishing. You don't lure them, you hunt them on their own turf. Line up the shot, pull the trigger, bam! The spear hits. It's war. Divers drop straight into the pitch-black crevices, armed with nothing but a spear gun. You spot the target hiding deep in the rocks. A giant it anchors its muscle-bound body to the coral. Twisting, thrashing, muscle screaming, you drag it up by the heavy spear line. It'll rip its own flesh apart before surrendering that cave.
Later.
Route 2, the siege. Cave too deep? Bring in the heavy machinery. Fishermen haul high-capacity pumps onto the rocks and suck the tidal pools bone dry. Water recedes. Total chaos. Dozens of arm-thick moray eels exposed. Nowhere to hide. The crew jumps into the mud. Razor-sharp rocks slice their legs, but they don't stop. Bare hands grab the wrong end? Those flesh-eating teeth take a chunk right out of your hand, but that's the easy part, because the real biological time bomb just started ticking. This isn't pure cooking, it's diffusing a biobomb. First step, kill the toxin. Scrub that toxic skin with coarse salt and boiling water. Scrape it clean. But the real threat is inside. Apex predators are loaded with ciguatera, a neurotoxin heat can't destroy. One wrong slice, bust the liver. The whole fish turns to poison. This beast is rigged with over 100 Y-shaped pin bones tangled deep inside the meat. A master chef with a razor-sharp deba knife surgically slides through every single one without shredding the fillet. Total silence. Absolute focus. Now, over a blazing fire, this nightmare becomes masterpiece. $100 for a plate that could put you in the hospital. Worth the risk? Let me know. Forget slow cooking. To tame this beast, you need fire. Blazing fire. We're making tataki. Drop the fillet on the iron grate. The flames shoot up, wrapping right around that thick, heavy skin. This is a flash sear. Extreme heat. That slimy suit of armor, it blisters, it crackles. The fat renders down, locking in that heavy, smoky straw flavor. But here's the trick. You pull it fast. You want the outside charred and crispy, but the core, pure and untouched. Slice it razor thin. Plate it up. Hit it with some herbs. And a heavy splash of tart ponzu sauce. That bright citrus acid cuts right through the rich, chewy gelatin of the skin. Or we can hit the fryer. Chop the Moray eel meat into thick, bite-sized chunks. Dredge them in a light, seasoned batter and plunge them straight into rolling hot oil. That thick skin instantly puffs up into a golden, blistering crust while locking the juices inside. Pull them out piping hot. Stack those crispy bites high on a plate and finish it off with a handful of fresh, crisp greens to make those colors pop. So much for the toxic eel. But if you thought that was a tough prep, meet the Opa, 150 pounds of solid armor. It's breaking down a giant ocean cow. It's a literal treasure map. One wrong slice, and you completely trash the meat. To break this armor, you need heavy weapons, a 12-inch breaking knife, a curved butcher's scimitar. Step 1. Break the armor. Hack off that massive pectoral fin that gives you a flat surface. Now you navigate the maze. Free up the entire top loin. Next up, the belly, the absolute fattiest cut, weighing a massive 20 pounds. Breast meat and tri-tip, deep red, dense, looks exactly like a prime beef steak. A real master goes nose to tail. Not one single ounce of protein goes to waste. But how do you take this raw, bloody mess on a cutting board and turn it into a flawless $65 fine dining masterpiece? We need fire. That massive layer of fat instantly blisters, crackling and frying in its own grease. Did you know this dogfish can live up to 80 years, longer than salmon and many other marine species? Its growth rate is incredibly slow, and its gestation period lasts 18 to 24 months, several times longer than than that of the great white shark. Female dogfish don't reach reproductive maturity until around 12 to 35 years of age, and each litter produces only 2 to 12 pups, a truly unique survival strategy. On average, they measure between 0.75 and 1.2 meters in length, with a maximum weight of around 10 kilograms. Males are smaller and mature earlier than females. They prefer cold waters ranging from 7 to 13 degrees Celsius, living close to the seafloor or swimming in midwater. Often they travel in massive schools, sometimes numbering in the thousands. 2 mildly venomous spines in front of each dorsal fin serve as defense, but they are also a constant hazard for fishermen. Imagine it, an 80-year lifespan, a 2-year pregnancy, and life within a massive moving swarm. This is a creature both mysterious and formidable.
Hawk's hooked up to something.
Fishermen stand along the shoreline, preparing their rods and fresh bait, targeting shallow waters where dogfish often move close to shore. The line is cast out, the bait drifts with the current, and within minutes, a dogfish takes the bite. The line goes tight, the rod starts shaking violently, and the pull instantly turns into a one-on-one battle between man and fish. Dogfish are slick, powerful, and surprisingly clever. They thrash hard, pull the line off angle, and sometimes circle back, forcing the fisherman to constantly adjust tension to avoid losing the catch. Larger fish can strain the line to the breaking point, while smaller ones are easier to control, but still require skill to keep the hook set and prevent the line from snapping. Surf fishing demands precise coordination, from casting and managing tension to hauling the fish onto shore. Every move has to be quick and controlled to keep the fish alive, ready for the next stage of preservation. It's a traditional method, but also an intense one, where every successful catch feels like a true battle with the ocean.
Really?
And the moment the dogfish hits the shore, the next step begins: the filleting process. A gleaming fillet knife is set on a non-slip surface with pliers ready to remove the spines. The moment the blade glides across the wet skin, clean white flesh begins to reveal itself, each fillet carefully separated from the cartilage. The fillets and belly flaps are the most prized cuts, while the bones and fins are repurposed into bone meal or used to enrich other products with fat. Precision is key. Skilled cutting avoids contact with urea, preventing any ammonia-like odor from tainting the meat. The sound of the blade sliding over skin, the snip of spines, and the subtle crack of cartilage create a hypnotic rhythm, drawing viewers in as they both watch and feel every detail. From here, we move into the transformation, turning raw fillets into culinary art, where a creature of the sea becomes a delicacy on the plate.
Repeat that on the other side.
The cooking process kicks off clean and captivating. The fish is cut into evenly sized, bite-ready pieces, then lightly seasoned to preserve its natural freshness.
And we're going to give it a go.
The beer batter is mixed to just the right consistency, not too thick, not too thin, so that when fried, it forms a perfectly golden, crispy crust that looks irresistible at first glance.
I'm going to do a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of paprika, half teaspoon of white pepper, so you can use it lightly. I'd say maybe 1/8 of a teaspoon. Mixed around properly and evenly. Generally, I'm going to want the fryer to be between 1/3 and halfway full of oil. And it's always a good idea to hang on. All right, our oil is in the fryer. We're going to kick this bad boy up to about 360 degrees. Just going to trim these guys down a little bit. These are nice fresh fillets cut out of Nantucket Sound yesterday. I'm just going to cut these into strips. That way I can tell what's the dogfish and what's the fluke. They have a different shape. I just want to take a second look, make sure you don't have any bones in there. I thought I cleaned this up pretty good, and sure enough, there's still one. All right, now it's time to prep our dogfish. This has been sitting in buttermilk in the fridge for about an hour. Fill about a cup of flour. Rice flour. And you really want to add the beer right before you cook. You want to keep those bubbles and that carbonation in the batter. If the batter sits, it's going to lose those bubbles. So this is kind of the last step before we fire the fish into the fryer. I'm going to take a couple of these guys, give them a light toss in the flour, and go in the batter. And this is another nice little trick.
Each piece of dogfish is carefully coated, then dropped into hot oil, where the sizzling sound hits instantly. Pure, satisfying American street food energy.
Quite a bit. So
When it comes to tasting, everything is elevated to another level. The crisp outer layer pairs perfectly with the white, tender, and juicy flesh inside. Dogfish isn't fishy at all. Instead, it has a mild sweetness with firm yet moist texture that makes every bite deeply satisfying. No need for anything overly complicated. The simplicity is exactly what makes this dish so appealing. And now, let's embark on another journey.
they steal baits, they wreck your jigs, but today we're going to find out if these things taste any good. We got a fried batch of dogfish here.
It's a highly technical, skill-intensive process that targets Hiramasa in both coastal and offshore waters. Anglers typically use heavy-duty spinning or jigging setups designed to handle the fish's explosive power and high-speed runs. This technique often involves vertical jigging or live bait drifting, where precise depth control and lure movement are critical. Once hooked, Hiramasa put up a fierce fight, powerful dives, sudden directional changes, and relentless resistance, demanding both endurance and precise drag control from the angler. You know who really runs the ocean floor? It's a fish that actually likes to play hide and seek. Weighing in at nearly half a ton, built like a grizzly bear, but giant grouper is so lazy, it doesn't even bother chewing. When a fish sea swims by, that massive mouth rips open. No biting, just a brutal vacuum that swallows everything whole, like a black hole at the bottom of the sea, and it's all over in exactly a tenth of a second. And if that scenario isn't crazy enough, get this. Every single giant grouper starts life as a female. If they live long enough and get big enough, crossing the 3-foot mark, these massive ladies actually change gender. They turn into dominant males just to rule the reef. Ruling like a king for half a century, pushing 880 pounds, wrapped in scales as tough as steel armor. You don't just fish them, it's an all-out war, and here is how it starts. Go up against this fish, and 1 second of lost focus, you're getting dragged straight to the bottom. No net can hold it. The only weapon you've got is heavy-duty braided line strong enough to tow a Harley-Davidson, rough and stiff. The strike hits, and it's no little nibble. The shock running through your hands feels. The dead weight is insane. Its massive spine is twisting, using half a pure muscle to pin itself inside the reef. It's more than enough to launch a grown man right off the deck in a heartbeat. Dragging a record-breaking monster to the surface, it's 3 straight hours of physical torture. That moment, its massive head breaks the surf and slams onto the deck. That's a miracle paid for in sweat. But for the true adrenaline junkies, fighting from the deck isn't extreme enough. They take the war underwater. Free diving into the freezing pitch-black abyss to shoot this beast point blank. You get one shot, and then you're holding on for dear life, physically wrestling a thrashing 300-pound torpedo back up to the light. And now, to turn them into a $1 million masterpiece. Brute force just isn't going to cut it. The rough waves give way to absolute silence and the sound of razor-sharp blades. The kitchen, where the chaos of the ocean gets replaced by absolute precision. Breaking the armor. A high-speed scaler strips away the rough exterior, revealing the smooth, premium skin packed with valuable collagen. The belly is ripped open. Every organ is pulled out completely intact, blasting away the rest under ice-cold water. No blood, no trace of the deep sea, just pure, clean meat. A heavy cleaver comes down hard, slicing clean through a spine built like steel rebar just to detach the head. And now, the real art begins. The fillet knife glides through, hugging tight against every edge of the spine. Being a hair off is an absolute insult to an ingredient this expensive. Quick, sharp, zero wasted movement. The battle is over. The massive snow-white fillets catch the light. The rough diamond has been cut, but how will the fire of a cast iron pan wake it up? From a beast tearing up the waves to sitting perfectly still under the warm kitchen lights. Just pure culinary perfection. Deep fried to a golden crunch, then hit with a sizzling soy and chili glaze packed with fresh hot peppers. The heat off the pan wakes up that rich ocean aroma. Or take the pure white fillets, coated in a light egg batter and fried until ridiculously crispy on the outside, sealing all those savory juices inside. Giant grouper meat is nothing like any fish you've ever had. It doesn't flake apart. It doesn't just melt in your mouth. It pushes back with the firm, snappy texture of lobster, juicy and leaving a lingering, elegant sweetness. Tell me honestly down below, are you dropping $3 grand to taste this underwater mob boss? That was the king of the warm reefs. Up next, Antarctic to bring monster so incredibly ugly, they had to fake its name just to sell it. To break down a Patagonian toothfish, a 200-pound giant, you don't use brute force, you need surgical precision and a razor-sharp blade. Gloves, mandatory. The natural omega-3s turn this meat into a deadly, slippery block of ice, one clumsy slip of the blade, and you pay in hundreds of dollars. But watch a master at work. The blade doesn't chop, it glides, smooth as silk through a massive block of fat and muscle. The center loin, snow white, packed with fat. Navigating around it takes absolute finesse. Nothing gets thrown away. All this massive bone and cartilage. The essence of the ocean, from the most flawless, elegant knife work. This ingredient is ready to fool the world. High heat, you have to render out all that excess fat, leaving behind a flawless, crispy crust.
Now you can also add in some garlic as well to give it an additional pop, but starting the beurre blanc sauce. If you notice, when you take your spoon, okay, and so these are done, This only took a couple seconds. We're gonna move this off. Okay. Now, don't worry too much.
It needs the bite of acid from lemon or vinegar, or the charred umami of a Nobu-style miso glaze, just to balance out that insane richness.
The butter at a time. You don't want to do any more than that because it'll really cool it down. Okay, so, but now you can see the emulsification take place. It's burning. Some olive oil, so that way it doesn't burn off whatever fat you're using. Okay. You can also add in like a, we're not doing that, we're actually just using salt genus here. Because we want to continue to emulsify this. Look at that, looks amazing, right folks? All right, so that's still, and we're gonna go ahead and add in our fish. And this is gonna be really, really quick. All right, now we're gonna wanna let the pan do the work, okay? That's gonna go about 3 minutes. We want a nice little light brown crust on the outside, all right? We're about 20 more seconds left away. Now we want our internal temperature right around 125 degrees on that. Look at the thickness, the richness, and you could serve it as is, just like this. I like to give it additional flavor. Again, some of y'all know me, know that I love kick, I love heat. It's not a lot. We're getting ready to turn this now. Look at that. And here in about a couple minutes or so, about a minute and a half, we're gonna bake
No
it.
chewing required. You take a bite and it just melts. Buttery, incredibly juicy, with absolutely zero fishy taste. It completely earns the title Wagyu of the Sea.
And while you're receiving it, you just push down and then just draw all the butter.
At top-tier spots in New York or Vegas, you'll easily drop over $80 for just one tiny fillet. From an ugly, hideous monster hiding under the ice, it was rebranded into the Chilean sea bass.
And how you baste it, you're gonna baste. And
The most luxurious, mouth-watering marketing scam in American food history. From the roughest waters on Earth to the most expensive tables in the world.
We're getting ready to plate. All right. So let's touch the sides. Just right there. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and plate this dish. Okay. And you know, you can design it however you want to. Again, a lot of people like to eat with their eyes. I definitely like to eat with my eyes. And you just lay the asparagus flat. Okay. This fish is now done. Well, yep, it's done. I'm gonna turn it off. And then now we're gonna get our beurre blanc sauce.
That's the journey. Stick around and subscribe, because the next underwater heavyweight we're chasing is going to blow your
My
mind.
hungry friends, look at that. Okay, clean it up.
Flying fish don't actually fly, but the moment they break the ocean's surface, it feels like the rules of physics bend. With wing-like fins stretched wide, they glide through the air for up to 650 feet, reaching speeds close to 30 mph, but it's fast enough to escape predators like tuna and swordfish hunting below. And when needed, it can slap its tail against the water, generating thrust to relaunch itself mid-glide. But here's the real question. If it can leave the ocean, how do humans catch it? Catching flying fish isn't always about waiting for them to land in your boat. In many places, it's a battle, hauling nets across a constantly shifting ocean. Long drift nets are deployed just below the surface, right where flying fish cut through the water at speeds approaching 35 millimeters. When the school is trapped, everything changes instantly. Lines go tight, muscles lock in, and the net grows heavier second by second. But the real danger isn't the fish, it's the invisible force beneath the surface. When hundreds of fish hit the net at once, the weight spikes suddenly, like a winch cable snapping under tension on a construction site. One wrong step on a wet deck, and that line can whip back with enough force to injure. Every pull must be synchronized, every move precise, because one delay and the net can tear, sending the entire catch back into the water in seconds. And even when the final net hits the deck, covered in flashing silver bodies still thrashing, the fight isn't over. Because from this moment on, time starts working against you. The moment they're caught, the clock starts ticking. You have about 30 minutes before the meat begins to break itself down. Flying fish are packed with powerful enzymes. They literally digest their own flesh from the inside. Wait too long, and the texture turns mushy. The smell intensifies. There's only one solution: rapid cooling. Slurry ice, a mix of ice and seawater, engulfs each fish completely, cooling it evenly from all sides, like a freezing slush bath. The temperature must stay between 32 to 36 degrees, or the fish is flash frozen at 22 degrees. In the industry, this is called cold chain integrity, basically an unbroken cold pipeline, like keeping vaccines refrigerated from factory to hospital. One small mistake and the entire catch becomes waste. But if you win this race against time, that's when the real reward begins. There's no room for error. Small body, delicate flesh, and skin so thin it can't tolerate even the slightest mistake. Every knife stroke must be fast, clean, and absolutely precise. Apply just a bit too much force and the structure collapses instantly. The flesh tears apart beyond repair. But when done right, the blade glides through effortlessly, almost like slicing through soft butter. Each layer separates cleanly. No tearing, no damage, just sharp, controlled cuts. And from that moment on, it's no longer a flying creature. Only pure ingredient remains, ready for the next step. By this point, the fish has been carefully prepped, lightly coated in a thin layer of flour, just enough to form a delicate crust without masking its natural texture. A pan heats up. Olive oil spreads across the surface, releasing its aroma. Once ready, the fish goes in. A touch of pepper, just enough to wake up the flavor. No rushing. As the underside turns golden, the fish is flipped in one decisive motion. Then butter hits the pan, melting and foaming, wrapping the fish in a rich, nutty aroma. The chef continuously spoons the butter over the top, a technique known as basting, essentially showering the fish in hot butter like a self-saucing system until the outside reaches perfect crispness. This isn't just cooking, it's the end of a journey, and also its most peaceful moment when everything slows down and all that remains is perfection on a plate. And it doesn't stop there. Another dish is already taking shape. The blade touches down, light yet decisive. Not a cut, but a precise glide, tracing tightly along the bone. There is no room for error. The knife moves through, separating flesh from frame with near-perfect precision. Clean, smooth, unforgiving. And then the fillet reveals itself, intact, refined, flawless. Once the preparation is complete, the next stage becomes the most crucial.
tomatoes. Oh, I'm going to push it away. So it's out. Okay. Now, I'm going to put this through my hands because I want to just gently drain it. Now I'm just going to just mix my veg up. Make sure it's seasoned enough. I think that's a lot actually. Just make a little spoon. There is my beautiful fish, and obviously you do probably